I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, let's call this one, listening to your realtor, trusting your realtor, and unrealistic expectation. So as you guys know, I've always been a listing realtor first and foremost. I do a lot of work with buyers, probably sell 20 homes a year, 25 homes a year on the buying side. But my business has always been based on listings. I'm a marketer. I list and sell and market homes. So every week I'm getting people contacting me saying, "Oh, and I want to use you to sell my home, my detached home, my townhouse, my condo. Come on out and have a look at the house and we'll go from there." Absolutely. So I will come out, view the home. I will come with what we call a CMA, or comparative market analysis, based on the comps in that building, if it's a condo or a townhouse complex, what's recently sold, what's listed. And then of course it's one part science, one part analytical. There's all kinds of plus and minuses you're going to do for a home or a condo. A little easier to price a condo for sure than a detached home, because you can look at comps within the building, but then you're taking plus and minuses. Has there been renovations? What's the location of the unit? What's the outlook of the unit? What floor is it on? How many parking spaces? There's all kinds of plus and minuses. What kind of updates and renovations they've done. Now I will present to my seller a suggested list price, and this is based on decades of experience. I'll bring them some of my recent solds and where we should be priced. Now, every now and again, a seller, we will call it unrealistic expectations, will say to me, "Well, that's too low and I want to price it here." Well, it's going to depend on where they want to price it. Now, I just had a few. When you get a hot market like we've had recently, you will get some what I call unrealistic expectations. And I've had a couple sellers that I've had to politely decline. I'm not going to list it, because your price, there is no bearing for a price like that. There are nothing that we can compare, comps that can back that price up. We're going to be out in the weeds and we're going to hear crickets on that. As a matter of fact, you're going to do more damage than good. Because starting at a price like that and having to reduce it multiple times, building the days up on market, is actually going to hinder your listing. On the other case, sometimes a seller might say, "Well, Owen, could we test the market a little bit on the higher side?" Well, we can in some situations, depending on how high you want to test it and where the market is going. If the market is treading water or heading down, that's dangerous. If the market is edging up month over month, then sure, if it's within reason, I'm more than willing to do that. Test it, especially if it's a unique unit, maybe a home that's had a lot of renos, nothing much like it on the market, then absolutely, we can test the high side out there. However, I'm going to want an understanding with my seller that after 2 or 3 weeks, if we don't get any serious interest in this home, it's telling us a story. The market will tell us a story. We're priced too high and we need to do a slight reduction on it to get it in line and stay in front of it. And if it's wishy-washy in any way, and if they're not in agreement to that, then again, I will thank them for their time and I'm going to move on, because it won't sell. 99% of these won't sell if they've got some unrealistic price. The other thing, keep in mind, as a listing realtor, as a realtor in general, my business, and what my father has always taught me with this business, and all realtors have to abide by this, is fiduciary duty. But that is always first and foremost for me when I'm dealing with my clients, whether they're on the buying side or the selling side. Fiduciary duty is the highest standard of care. I always have to act in their best interest, not mine. I treat every listing I take personally, like it's my own. It's a competition for me to try and get them the absolute best price possible. Now, I'm at the whim of the market as well. I can't work miracles. However, I will tell you that I will bring these sellers comps. You're still at where the market's at. We'll control it. If it's a buyer's market, seller's market, or balance, and where it's going. You're also at the whim of what the unit's like. I mean, I sell incredibly in units that have got everything going for them. And then I also sell units that are a little tougher to sell. Not a good location, busy street, maybe the unit needs a reno. I sell a lot of homes through a trustee. I've had lots of people that have died in these homes. They've had minor fires. Hey, I get up for those ones just as much. They're a challenge. But what I can tell you, and this is not luck and it's not, coincidence, My average price, selling price, if I take apples to apples, is generally well above what the comps are. I'm continuously selling new high price or new high watermarks in stratas, and that's not by coincidence. This is by, and I'm not the only realtor like this, there's other realtors in my league as well that have got a lot of experience, have got detailed marketing programs, and essentially know what they're doing. It's all about pricing, presentation, how we're going to take the offers. Is the property tenanted? Let's get the tenant out. These are the things you're paying your realtor for. You've got to trust your realtor on this. And if you don't, then you don't need me if you're going to make your own pricing. If a seller is going to steer the ship and price it, then I'm going to back out. You just hire a rookie realtor, a yes man or a yes woman that will do whatever you want. The chances of you selling it and getting top price for it are going to be pretty slim, because you remember, a typical one-bedroom condo downtown, I'm going to spend about $2,500 on that listing. Photos, floor plan, video tours, Matterport, Vancouver Sun ad, flyering, brochures. If you're not committed to sell it, you're not going to hire a top-level realtor if you're kind of half into it, or you've got an unrealistic price. You're going to end up with what we call a realtor who's going to buy a listing and probably not do a whole lot of marketing or spend a lot of money on it. Trust your realtor. Let the realtor, for the most part, steer the ship on marketing, pricing, how you're going to present it, how you're going to look at offers. My best outcomes, and for all my clients are wonderful, all of them. I don't have any bad clients because they put their trust and their faith in me to steer the ship. I've got fiduciary duty to them. My testimonials will attest to that over the last decade. But you got to trust your realtor to price it right. You can still test the high side a little bit, but if it's out in the weeds somewhere, don't do it. Don't even list it, because it's just going to build the days up on market. Eventually you're going to terminate it. And then when you do relist it, it's going to show up later on as, hey, an unsuccessful sale there. Why didn't it sell 2 years ago? Instead, if we can't get your price, then I tell my clients, hey, put another tenant in it, keep it for another couple years, or stay in it for a few more years. Eventually, the market will catch up to the price you want. But if it's not there now, I'm going to, be fully transparent and honest with my potential client here and say it's not going to happen. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.